My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. Every single week, we break down full fight cards. We give you our picks, our bets, and our fantasy plays. So make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our content. In our co-main event of the evening, we have Punahele Soriano versus Nick Maximov. Punahele Soriano is 8-1 overall, 4-1 in his last five, coming off the first loss of his career. Nick Maximov is 7-0 overall, 5-0 in his last five, coming off a decision win just a few months ago. Punahele Soriano is a striker who has tons of power and could put most people out on their feet. He can also wrestle and has 4 takedowns in the UFC, which includes 3 against Jamie Pickett in his Contender Series win. He's listed as having a 100% takedown defense, but he has literally only defended one single shot in the UFC, and that was against Brendan Allen. So that number is a bit inflated. Nick Maximov is a very solid BJJ guy who knows what he's good at, and he sticks with it. His striking is pretty raw, and his takedowns are just okay. Nick is an interesting guy because most of his fights were against guys with losing records. Then he got a Contender Series win at heavyweight, and now he's settled into middleweight, working his way up the food chain. And it's an interesting matchup because it is absolutely striker versus grappler, and we have not seen Punahele's grappling tested. We saw him get completely outclassed by Brendan Allen on his feet, which was surprising to most people. But there wasn't much grappling in that fight. We also haven't seen Nick Maximov spend much time striking, because in his fight against Cody Brundage, he had 4 takedowns and only landed 14 strikes in that entire fight. I think the odds are correct where they stand, and Punahele's a 2-1 favorite. But if this gets to the ground, I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up looking like a 2-1 dog. I think whoever wins this fight ends up looking like a massive favorite, meaning I think Punahele either blows through Nick Maximov, just dominates him with the striking and makes him look like an amateur, or Nick Maximov takes down Punahele and just smokes him on the ground, making him look like an amateur. Punahele's the pick because every single round has to start on the feet. But I don't love the pick. I wish I had more of Punahele defending takedowns and grappling and avoiding submissions, but I just don't. But Punahele is the pick because I still think Nick Maximov is just too raw. I think he's just too raw here, and I think if he gets cracked in the mouth a few times and gets stuffed 1 or 2 times in the takedowns, he's going to have a really hard time. So I like Punahele Soriano to win this fight.